Hello and welcome. In this video, we will be discussing the topic called as religion. As far as this topic is concerned, we have finished anthropological approaches such as evolutionary, psychological, and functional. At the same time, we have completed the topic monotheism and polytheism, sacred and profane, myths and rituals. In this video, we will be dealing with the forms of religion, which mainly includes animism, animatism, fetishism, naturalism, and totemism. In this video, we will only introduce the concept of totemism, which is the need in this thing that if a question comes on forms of religion in tribal and peasant society, a direct question can come that what are the forms of religion in tribal and peasant societies. So apart from this, I will give an introductory statement to this, but totemism as a separate question of 10 marker can also come in the exam. As far as this topic is concerned, this is important, totemism. So we will also have a separate lecture on totemism. So let us start this video. As far as the concept of religion is concerned, religion is nothing but a system of belief, where set of practices, rituals, etc. are performed to have a connection with supernatural. So basically, you can start if a question comes on this topic, you can start with the definition of religion. That can be system of beliefs, set practices, rituals, etc. performed to have a connection with supernatural. So this is very important and very simplistic definition, which will be important as far as the writing of answer is concerned. See, there are various forms of religion, which are existing in tribal societies and peasant societies. We already have talked about them above. We have given the basic nomenclature to that. So they are animism, animatism, naturalism, totemism, fetishism. Right. So now here we have to understand that we will be dealing with each one of them separately, right? And we will have a separate answer session on totem. So here we'll start with the meaning of religion, and we have given the meaning of religion, right? This is basically the meaning of religion, that religion constitutes belief, rites, rituals, and supernatural being. So this is what a religion is. In other words, religion is behavioral pattern. Apart from behavioral pattern, religion is a set of values. Religions are a set of values which are transferred or translated from one generation to another generation, which is considered all powerful and supernatural being. So there is a worship, definitely a component of worship will come, which will be a practice. There will be a set of practice and rituals for the superpower. Right. So this was the basic about meaning of a religion. Next topic here is the types of religion that are forms or types of religion. So first we'll start with animism. When there is animism, a personality should come in your mind, that is E.B. Tylor. So E.B. Tylor, he says that animism is the basic or the crude or the original form of religion, or from religion has been evolved from animism. So E.B. Tylor say that animism led to the formation of religion. Definitely there are some steps in between that are not required here. So animism is a part of African people's belief. There was a belief system, belief pattern of African people where animism was found. It means that they believe in animism. It means belief in soul, right? Animism, it means belief in soul, or anything which is, we call it as belief in supernatural, which is powerful, So E.B. Tylor, he understood this society, African people, and he came up with the concept of animism, which means that one has belief in soul or supernatural or the powerful one. Because of the fact that the entity is powerful, it has to be worshipped. That is what E.B. Tylor says. But in the practice that we follow in the modern day religion, there is not the factor of powerful or fear, but the factor of respect and love. But nowadays the concept have been degraded to the other fact. So you have to understand that the question which may come on this particular topic will not be directly asked, but will have an impact, will have an outsider effect on it. So E.B. Tylor has written a book. So anywhere where culture come, animism come, religion come, you start with E.B. Tylor and give his book, Primitive Culture. So for paper one, this book is important. See, you don't have to read this book, but you have to remember the name of this book, so that anywhere anything comes, you should just write down the name of book, and it will be an impactful, right? It will be impactful. So it refers animism as minimum definition of religion. As far as E.B. Tylor is concerned, he considers animism to be the basic form of religion, or the minimum form of religion. He also quotes some of the example in this type of religion. There are different type of spirits, such as spirits dwelling in rock, mountain, river, or rainfall. Everywhere there is a soul. So he gives an example. For example, Korwa tribe, there are two types of spirit. One spirit is benevolent, and the second is malevolent. Benevolent will not harm, and hence it should be, there is no need to worship, or they are seldom, very hardly they are worshipped, but the spirit which are malevolent, they harm, so they are worshipped out of fear. So according to E.B. Tylor, origin of religion lies in animism of primitive society, which he has explained. He explained in Dream, Death, Experience. So basically what E.B. Tylor says here is that there was a primitive man, okay? There was a primitive man, and this primitive man started getting dreams. So while he was sleeping, he used to get a dream, and he thought of it as something of an other world, and when a person used to die, right? So at that time the situation was different. They used to wait for this person to get up, okay, to wake up. People used to wait, so they used to do a dry funeral in the hope that he will come back to life. But when this was not happening, the person was finally cremated, buried, or left in the jungle. So that is the dream death experience. He considered that the primitive man was a philosopher. We will understand this concept in the next chapter, which is theories. So here it is important, that's why I just said. The next concept here is important. The concept is of animatism. We just dealt with animism, now it is animatism. Okay, so animatism can also be called as Manaism, or it is also called as Bongaism. Manaism or Bongaism. It is a belief in generalized power, impersonal power over which people have some sort of control. It means basically you people might have heard of black magic or something, that people try to control over the soul or the evil spirits. That comes under animatism. That it is a belief in generalized impersonal power over which people have some sort of control. And the term animatism was coined by R.R. Merritt. R.R. Merritt coined the term animatism. The most famous example of this is the belief in Melanesian concept of mana. Melanesian concept of mana. According to this concept, everyone has mana. Everyone has mana, but the chief of the tribe has more mana. More mana, it means more power, it means more success, and it means more strength. So this is the concept of mana in Melanesian tribe. In Munda also, in Munda tribe, you have to find the place where Munda belongs. So in Munda tribe, the power is called as Bonga. According to them, in simple way of explanation, if a bicycle or for example cycle has power which is called as Bonga, then steam engine has more Bonga, and the airplane it has the highest Bonga, or it is the greatest Bonga. So the term Bonga means power. Bonga means power in Munda tribe. The concept of animatism was employed by R.R. Merritt in the year 1990. He used this 1900, the concept of animatism, in his theory of origin of religious belief. So when R.R. Merritt wrote the theories of origin of religious belief, theory of origin of religious belief, R.R. Merritt gave this concept, and he opposed E.B. Tylor, because Tylor said that animism was the first, but here R.R. Merritt says that animatism was first. So he says that it was animatism which led to animism. So this is what is said by R.R. Merritt, but exact opposite was said by E.B. Tylor. The third topic here which is important is fetishism. Fetishism. The term fetish is derived from the word fetikos, which means that skillfully made object. It means skillfully made objects, and which has a superpower, supernatural power, which has supernatural power, because they and hence they are worshipped, and hence they are worshipped. They have superpower and hence they are worshipped. The term fetishism was first used by Fennel Brosses. The term fetishism was first used by Fennel Brosses. Example of fetish objects are piece of jewelry. It can be anything, like for example jewelry, any piece of wood or stone. For example, consider the doll of Annabella doll, that is also a fetish object, or any queen's necklace or jewelry that also with a curse, that can be an example of fetishism. So these are some of the modern examples which you people must be knowing. For example, here the Voodoo tribe of Togo. Voodoo tribe of Togo, where fetish objects are blood, bone, fur, claw, etc. are the fetish object. And in India it is followed in Bondo tribe. Now we have to find the place where this Bondo tribe particularly belongs to, where the sword is a fetish object. This sword is sometimes respected or sometimes insulted. Respected and insulted depending upon whose that sword was. If you people would have watched the movie known as the Tanaji, the Unsung Warrior, you people might have saw a scene where the actor is shown holding the sword of his father, or when the actor dies and his son got married, so as a witness the sword was there with a cap of, or the topi of actor on the sword. So basically that represent a fetish object, and fetish object may be adored or insult depending upon whether it's useful or not, or whether it have fulfilled the need of the community or not. The next important and the topic that we are going to discuss is naturalism. As far as the concept of naturalism is concerned, the very famous and shining example is Indus Valley civilization, where people used to worship trees, animal, everything. So everything which is supernatural and beyond the comprehension of human is comes under naturalism, which has a natural outlook. For example, it can be flood, it can be earthquake, it can be lightning, rain, etc. The nature, mountains, everything in the nature, it comes under naturalism. The worship of nature, it is because they believe that it has a supernatural power and manifestations of the things in nature. that we have talked about basically the floods, earthquake, lightning, mountains. So the genesis of naturalism is a childlike wonders of primitive man. So definitely out of curiosity for the primitive man, for a primitive man, this concepts would have been new: lightning, earthquake, floods, uh, mountains, trees. So definitely there arises a feeling of fear or respect for that, and hence the worship starts. So that is how the naturalism starts. So manifestation of supernatural power here become, for example, when there used to be a flood in the river, or you might have watched some of the cartoon movies, for example, Penguins of Madagascar. In that movie there is a volcano, which is about to erupt, and someone says that if we feed the god of volcano a live soul, he might not explode, and hence we all will survive. So that is nothing but sacrificing a life of person in order to this calm this tame of the river or tame of this volcano. So that comes under the naturalism. The next topic is totemism. Totemism as a separate can be a question, so we will discuss this topic in separate video, but here there is an introduction required because this question will end here, right? So when this question will end here, this topic should also end here. So the concept of totemism was first explained by Emile Durkheim. So the concept of totemism was first given by Emile Durkheim, and the word totem have been derived from totem. It is believed that it have been derived from the word totem of North American tribes, which is a phenomena where each clan is associated with some animal or plant, where each clan 1, clan 2, clan 3 is associated with either animal, either plant, or either with object, and then this difference continues, this division continues. There may be animal A, animal B dash, animal C dash, animal D dash, something, and also like this. But it is also believed that the word totem comes from a word called as totem, which means friend, kin, or relative. So this is used, the word totemism is mostly used in Australian Aborigines. So we have had a basic discussion on the types of religion, where we have discussed animism, animatism, fetishism, naturalism, and totemism. The people or the scholars that we need to remember as far as animism is concerned is E.B. Tylor. For animatism it is R.R. Merritt. For fetishism it is Fennel Bros, and for totemism it's Emile Durkheim. So in the next video we will have a separate discussion on totemism as a separate concept, and thank you for watching.